I don't have a prompter on, of course. Probably look crazy. I probably look crazy. I probably look I probably look crazy smiling on that thumbnail like that, don't I? Oh my goodness. All right. So let's hit you with this. Now, to explain why I was holding my face like that, besides the smiling, because of course we're going to talk about happiness, was last video, the first video for this channel, I looked a hot mess. To say the least, I looked a hot mess. So to be shaved now, it feels great. It feels awesome. So that's why I'm holding my face and I'm smiling all hard. Also, because I'm about to discuss with you guys happiness. Now, this is something I feel is very important for us as men to have a conversation about. And if you want to know about what we do on this channel, read the description, just because I want to jump right into what we're going to talk about today. So with happiness, the first time, let's start with how we're raised. Let's start there, because maybe that'll be better. We live in a society now where most men are being raised by women. This is going to be a sensitive topic for some people, and I understand that, but it's very important because I believe that as men, we are suffering mentally because we are trying to achieve something that is impossible. But we don't even know that it's impossible because we've been programmed to do it. So let's go with the media. So like in the movies, TV shows, if you pay attention, women are always the prize. And their happiness is prioritized over everything. We have stupid sayings that men walk around repeating, saying, happy wife, happy life. And if you believe that and you actually try to live your life in a way where you're doing everything you can to try to make someone happy, you probably gonna lose your mind. And this is something I believe that some celebrities are dealing with, where they do things that they can't take back because they get wrapped up in trying to make who they're with happy. If you've paid attention to the media and what's been going on and all of that, you know who I'm talking about, but I don't want to drop any names. So that can drive a man crazy, because it almost drove me crazy. So a little bit about my personal experience. I was married. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even understand myself the first time I was married to my wife. We got divorced. I grew as a man, and I started to understand myself better, and I started to understand women better. And it wasn't by accident, and I'll get to all of that and explain how I did it. And I got to the point where me and my wife, at the time, ex-wife, got to a better place. We started getting on the same page, and we worked on our relationship, and we remarried. But it was a journey. But I'm telling you that journey started with me, working on me and understanding me first. Men have been taught to put themselves last. Last. Men, women, and children first. Women and children. We've been taught to put last. And I'm not saying don't be a protector. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you're always taught to put yourself last, when you feel you need something, you're not going to speak up. We've been taught that masculinity is not being emotional, not crying, not expressing ourselves, not saying, hey, man, I'm hurting. Hey, I need a minute to myself, or hey, I just need to talk to somebody. That's not something that we're raised being taught to be comfortable as being men. You can see it in pictures. We can't even smile in pictures. We hanging out, having a good time. Come on, man. I smile every chance I get because I'm trying to be happy. I'm trying to enjoy myself while we here. We can't even smile in pictures. It's bad. And I've been there, and it feels awkward. Like it's almost like you feel like your face gonna crack if you smile, because we've been taught or think that masculinity or being a man, you can't smile in pictures. You can't be emotional. You can't cry. So anyway, you got the idea of that. So here's what I learned about making someone else happy, or making your wife happy. Let's be specific. Making a woman happy. Most women don't know what make them happy. I'm being honest. You ain't gonna like what I'm saying. I'm going to prove it. Most women don't even know what makes them happy. And then when you're watching TV shows, they say, you'll hear women saying, or you'll even hear women in conversation saying, he makes me happy. I haven't heard a man say she makes me happy. I've never heard it. I'm not saying ain't no man said it. I'm saying I've never heard it. I don't even say that. So what I've learned in the first time I was married to my wife was happiness is your own responsibility. And that goes for men and women. Happiness is your own responsibility. Have you ever met somebody that can't be single? Soon as they break up with somebody, they with somebody. Like they can't stand being alone. 9 times out of 10, that person does not know themselves because they spend the majority of their life trying to live up to someone else's expectations or to make someone else happy. Think about this word. This is why I tell people you need to read. You need to work on communication. You need to listen and pay attention to what these words mean. Make someone happy is forced. So let me prove my point about the whole thing with making somebody happy. Because I only want this video to be a certain, and I'm really trying to get to my point with this. We did happiness, we did women in society. So we got an outline. We don't have a script, but we got an outline. I want to make sure I'm covering everything. Yes, men need happiness too. So we at the right part. So I had a conversation with my wife. Now, let me tell you how this conversation came up. She was in a crappy state. And if you're not married or if you're not a man, you probably don't understand this. But if if you're just around a woman, when she's not in a good mood, you gonna know about it. And you're gonna know about it to the point where sometimes you're gonna feel like it's me, or maybe it's something I did. So this is what I do. I make sure that I don't do anything to add fuel to the fire. I understand that my wife can be emotional. Women in general, I believe, are emotional, but my wife. So I give her room to go through whatever she's going through. I might try to spark a little conversation to try to get her to talk. But if she's not willing to talk, I don't force it. I don't push it. I just let her do what she do. And I don't engage with that. I don't add fuel to the fire. So what I had learned was that when someone doesn't know what makes themselves happy or understand happiness, they think they're not happy because of you. This is what they're thinking. This is what they think. So we sat down and we had a conversation, and I'm trying to get her to tell me what's going on. So I've learned that it's wiser to just ask questions to get people to see for themselves what's going on. So I asked her, I said, what makes you happy? Or what is happiness to you? And she told me raising the kids. And I said, wow. I said, well, let me tell you something. That don't make me happy. Raising a kid, you would have think I said I don't want to be a dad when I said that. She felt like I said the most horrible thing in the world. And let me explain. Being a father and also being a husband is work. It's work like it take a lot of effort. I'm not saying there's not moments in being a father or a husband that I don't enjoy, but it's more work than anything. So it doesn't bring me happiness. It's not something that makes me happy. It's just something I enjoy doing from time to time, but it's not the source of my happiness. But I'm glad that we was getting somewhere when she said this. So here was my question. I said, that's not happiness. And I explained to her what I had meant, what I just explained to you about that not being the source of my happiness. I said, okay, if you believe that, then here's my question. Before we had kids, where was your happiness? I seen the expression on her face change. She drew a blank. I don't know. And I'm telling you, most women do not know what happiness is or what makes them happy. And then men, we've been raised and programmed to believe that we're responsible for making a woman happy. So this is the first thing that I learned about happiness that changed my perspective. On YouTube, there's this man, well, he passed on. His name is Jim Rohn. And he has like this 4-hour seminar. I'll put it down in the description so you can check it out. But he mentioned something. He said, happiness is a study. I had never, ever heard anything like this before. And he had my full attention and he explained what was going on. He said, happiness isn't something that just happens. Happiness is something you design. And I really entertained this and I started studying it and come to find out it was true. And I'm about to explain to you what happiness is. When you're single, you're supposed to know what you do that brings you happiness. Happiness is an emotional state. It is not a destination. It's not a place you stay at all the time. It's something that happens when you decide, when you're thinking certain things or when you're doing certain things. And then happiness is a byproduct of that. So once you start understanding yourself, you start understanding what you do or what you think. And when you're doing that, you experience the happiness emotion. It's effortless to be happy. That's what happiness is. So I'm happy when it's quiet. I'm happy when I'm enjoying a nice cup of tea. I'm happy when I'm drinking out of one of my favorite mugs. This is new, and I'm a Lions fan, just in case you didn't know. And I'm happy when I'm reading a book. I'm happy when I'm out having dinner, lunch, brunch, breakfast with somebody I love. My brother, my dad, my friends, my family, my wife. And sometimes I just enjoy being at a diner, being served. I ride my bike, taking walks. But those are things that I've learned about myself that brings on this emotion of happiness, because that's my responsibility. And because I understand that, I was able to explain that to my wife. And man, our marriage changed. And I explained to her what I do, just like I explained to you. And then she started thinking. I said, you enjoy coffee. When you feeling down, I got the kids, I got the dog, get in the car. Go to your favorite coffee shop. Go get you your favorite coffee. You love the dog. Take her for a walk. Think about things you like doing and you enjoy and do them to make your mood get better. You have to participate in your emotional state. You have to embrace it. You have to acknowledge it. I'm not feeling too hot. I probably need to do something. So I go make me a cup of tea. I go pick up a good book. I call somebody I enjoy having conversations with. That's the key. So I'm going to tell you what I used to do the first time I was married to her and what I do now. Okay. And I'm going to tell you a fun story about when I was I was standing in line voting for one of the presidents. I don't remember what presidential election it was, but while I was standing in line, I was having a conversation with another man. And he was basically saying that his wife couldn't cook. And one day he decided to just tell her that one of the meals she made for him was good. Here's the twist to this story. So he sacrificed his own emotions for her sake. And what she ended up doing was cooking this meal all the time. Now he's telling me, another man, a stranger, this. So he lied to his wife about her cooking. And now he got to eat that lie. Because now he would have to say, I lied to get her to stop cooking it. So he's eating this lie. He probably still eating it. Okay. And me just having that brief conversation with that man, I don't lie about it. I'm a little careful about how I deliver the message, but I have no problem with letting my wife know I don't like something. She gonna be around. So you're gonna sit up there and let this person keep doing something you don't like and you're not gonna speak up? But we've been taught not to do that. But that's probably eating that, but he brought it on himself. But I'm just using that as an example so you can see what I'm saying. Now, for me, the first time I was married, I did believe that her happiness was my responsibility. Every time I tried to make her happy, let me tell you the first mistake I made. I really didn't want to do it. It was something she wanted to do, or I didn't want to do it. But I'm only doing it because I'm trying to make her happy. Most of the time, I really didn't want to do it. So I ignored my emotions, my feelings, did whatever I thought was going to make her happy. Didn't work. So now I'm not just mad, I'm double mad. But I looking back on it, that was my dumb fault. Okay. I'm double mad. I'm mad twice. You know why I'm mad twice? One, I'm mad because she ain't happy. And then two, I'm mad because I did something I didn't want to do. And I didn't have mentorship or men in my life who could teach me this or talk to me about this to let me know and understand. But that was something I had to learn and go through. And I do my best not to bump my head a million times. I'll try something different. Bump my head a million times. Pause. That looked real bad. Name dash. But bump my head a whole bunch of times. You know what I mean? So I do things differently. So this is my philosophy now with my wife, and it works beautiful, not just for her, but for myself. I only do things for her if I want to do it. Now, this is how this works. If she's not happy, doesn't matter. Why? Because I did what I wanted to do. The goal was to just do this for her. If it's something I don't want to do, I speak up and I don't do it. Peace of mind. Oh my gosh, priceless. Tell you what happened recently. Wanted to shoot a video. The video I did for this channel the other day, all hell broke loose. I'm trying to wait for everybody to go to sleep. I'm tired. I had a long day that day. I had told you guys I had cut the grass. My shirt was a mess. I wasn't shaved. I'm on the couch, burnt out. My wife is in the bedroom blasting her phone. I didn't even know the phone could be that loud. It was louder than a TV. I can hear it through the walls in the front of the house. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm calling her name. She can't hear me, so I call her. I hear the sound stop, of course, because the phone rang. And then she comes out the bedroom. She said, yeah. I said, babe, I'm trying to sleep. You blasting your phone so loud, you can't even hear me yelling or calling you. I had to call your phone. Can you please turn your phone down? She said, yeah. So then she goes in the kitchen and she started washing dishes and cleaning up. This is louder than the phone. Because the kitchen right off where I'm thinking to myself, is she doing this on purpose? Is she messing with me? She messing with me. So I'm like, calm down before you say something. Just calm down. So I go to the bathroom. I come out and I ask her, I said, you do know that you're making more noise than you was on the phone. I just needed you to turn the phone down so I can get some sleep. You know what? Just let me know when you're done so I can get my work done. So we had that conversation and I got my work done. But that day in particular, I was losing it. It was milk on the table, like in a cup. And she had told me she had put some milk in the freezer for me. I didn't know if she had took it out because it had froze, because I was supposed to drink it earlier to go with some donuts. I love maple donuts, and I was going to drink some cold milk with it. So I asked her, I said, is this the milk you let? She was like, no, and it slipped out my hand, bro. So now it's milk on the floor. I'm just focused on trying to have my mind, my sanity to shoot my YouTube video. And I'm thinking about that we had plans tomorrow to go to this special needs event for my middle child, for our middle son, and in Clinton Township. And I didn't want to go, not because I don't care, not because I don't love him, not because I didn't want to be there. I know me. I'm aware of myself as a man. If I'm out there with them and I don't have what I see as my work done, I'm going to be thinking about work while I'm with them. And that's terrible. That's not fair to them. And I'm not going to be there. So I said, I don't want to go tomorrow. That's me speaking up. That's what I'm telling you about speaking up. Now, I was upset, but I was speaking up because I understand my mind state. Now, I know how she thinks. She thinking I'm saying it out of anger. I'm not prioritizing the kids. I know what she's thinking. So when I calmed down a little bit, I sat her down and I had a conversation with her, and I let her know and I understand just the way I explained it to you guys, but definitely in a nicer way. Hey, babe, listen, I understand myself. I need to get this work done. And if I'm with you guys tomorrow, it's really important that you guys go. We do need to do this, but I need to get this work done. So while you're doing that, I'll take care of the work so I can get that done. Oh my goodness, that 9 minutes went by fast. Okay, guys. So speak up. I don't want this video to be longer than 20 minutes. I done already failed at that miserably. So let me give you these 2 books that I read that really helped me with women and helped me with myself as a man in relationships. So this first book is called No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert A. Glover. Okay, I read this book, I think twice. It's been a while, but I remember a lot of the concepts. And this one is The Way of the Superior Man by David Dita. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But these 2 books helped me tremendously, okay? And I hope that it helps you. There was a lot more things I wanted to go over today, but with us talking off the top of the head, going over these the outlines, this is where we are. So leave your thoughts. Wait a minute. We getting it together, guys. This is the second episode, okay? We getting it together. Work with me. Bear with me. Here we go. All right. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to ask any questions or suggest any topics you want to discuss. I appreciate you and your time. Take care and God bless.